palm reading of a particular person whose age is roughly 25. He wants to move towards sannyas and leave the material life, and he is in Navy, and he's not basically he's not able to work, and he feels that he's not made for to be in this material life, and he wants to be in sannyas. So this is the main question that we would be dealing out here. Before we start the video, this is my introduction. I try to give realistic kind of readings, and which are believable, which you can basically relate to. My channel is basically more of a realistic kind of a reading. Not, it's not that I know everything, but I try to explain to you whatever I can see on your palm. Now, the question that he asked, it's a very deep kind of a question, and my general advice would be not to ask a palmist. Don't think that palmist would know everything, and this is a very deep meaning question that normally a person basically has, and it shouldn't go to a palmist. You should go to basically a guru, a renowned guru who has got Vedic knowledge of the religion. So that's where you basically should be asking, not a particular palmist or an astrologer, because those gurus, they have got a much more deeper understanding of sannyas, so they can guide you in a much better way. But still, I will try to explain to you whatever I see on your palm. Now, the thing is that to look for sannyas or spirituality, this is basically the area to refer to. This is the area of Jupiter. Jupiter is the area for administration, religion, politics, honor. And this is also the area of spirituality. So people who have a good amount of Jupiter, or they may have a kind of a upward kind of a line. This is a upward kind of a line joining from the area of Jupiter. It is originating on the mount of Jupiter and joining the headline, or it can also join the lifeline. In both cases, I would say that the person moves towards spirituality, or the person is basically like kind of has got a great interest towards spirituality. The other indication is if we have a something different kind of a sign somewhere out here. It need not be purely and purely spirituality or sannyas, but we are just looking for a different kind of a sign. So if you notice, I'm just zooming in into the image. You notice that the skin pattern that you see under the first and between the first, this is the first and the second finger, the finger of Jupiter and the finger of Saturn, there's a loop like formation. This thing normally is known as a Raja loop. Raja loop has to do something with being close to the king, or somebody who is basically high up in the society, most respected in the society. So if there is some rare kind of an indication, see, this loop is kind of a rare kind of an indication. Not everybody has. People may have loops between the finger of third and the fourth finger, the finger of Sun and the finger of Mercury. They may have, or they can also have a loop somewhere in the middle. So this is a more common kind of a loop, but a loop in between the first and the second finger is a little bit rare, and this is considered to be a good sign if the person is wanting to move towards sannyas. But purely if you search the internet, you would find that this is more to do with reaching a higher position in one's life. So this is one way of looking at it. So this upward line is a good indication. Now, one more thing I need to add out here, that I have seen few hands of top gurus, and some people, see, there are different kind of people. Some people respect them, some people don't respect them. But you have to reach the right person. You have to be in the right place to find the right guru. Not everybody can find their guru. So this is a very important thing. Now, there are many good gurus. If you go to them, probably they can guide you much better. Now, in this case, you would also notice that the heartline is kind of breaking somewhere out here. So these lines are a little bit because he asked a particular question. That's the reason why I am trying to explain from the point of view of the heartline regarding the sannyas part, leaving the material life, going towards vairagya, renunciation, the world. So this is what we will try to see on the heartline as well. So what happens is that when you are renouncing the world, you're also cutting off all the relationships that you may have in your life. Now, if the heartline is kind of ending, abrupt ending in the heartline could mean an abrupt ending in the relationship. This is the first thing. The second thing could be if the heartline is abruptly ending. So it could mean you are doing something and then you are basically changing your work abruptly. Somewhere in the middle, you are just leaving and going to do something else. So he is in Navy, but he's wanting to change over and he's basically wanting to leave the material world and move towards the sannyas part. So it's not a direct indication, but it can be seen indirectly. So it can be seen in a way, in two different ways. One is the person leaves the job and still basically wants to move back to the real world. The person is kind of changing. His mind is somewhere in the middle. He wants to be in the real life as well as the sannyas part. So it is going both ways. So you have to basically understand that the good part that I see on his heartline is that apart from these breaks, at least on the right hand, the heartline is simple, deep and clear. Simple, deep and clear heartline basically signifies that the person is able to dedicate their life to a cause or a relationship or a profession. So a simple line is always considered to be good. It also means detachment. Now people basically misunderstand what detachment is. Detachment is the real meaning of detachment is being in the moment without having expectation of the outcome. Now what basically generally people think detachment is, they generally think that detachment is like leaving everything and going to Himalayas, but that is not detachment. Even if the person goes to Himalayas, the person might still have those attachments and the person might not have the heart of leaving and going towards sannyas. So but having a simple heartline, a simple heartline means without any branches over the heartline. If the person doesn't have these branches over the heartline, the person can remain focused and the person can remain committed to what they want in their life. So apart from these breaks, generally the heartline is good. So if the person really wants to move towards the sannyas, the person can move towards sannyas. Now the other way of looking at it is also on the headline. This is the headline and this is the money line. So this intersection is age 35. So I would be talking first before the age of 35. But before I start to explain regarding the headline, I need to tell a few things about me and what is happening in the palmistry world. I need to explain, are there any fake palmist, fake signs? So I would just explain to you, just bear with me. These are very, very important. Try to slow down your video so that you can see it very much more clearly. I try to give realistic and convincing kind of answers with explanations, and my channel discusses difference between a genuine and a fake palmist. A fake palmist are making palmistry more complicated day by day. They are creating fake signs on a daily basis, one new sign every day. These days people think that if they have a M sign, Vishnu sign, chakra, wheel, pot, swastik, lotus, they would become super rich, but that is not the case. I don't agree with those people who say that you need to have very rare signs, only then you can be successful. Success and money comes to people who are focused. who basically have energy and stamina and vitality and have the desires, and they are good at calculations and communication. This is what is required. Now, coming back to this particular hand, the question asked was purely regarding spirituality, and this encircled area is the area before the age of 35. Now, the thing is that he's somewhere close to the age of 25, and you would notice this point is age 35. So you would notice that there are upward kind of lines swinging upward towards the area of Mercury. Now, Mercury is the area for calculations and communication, writing skills, and all such thing. Upward lines moving towards the Mercury mount is considered to be good for any profession you can be. Palmistry book says that upward line could mean that the person becomes an author. But I would say that not necessarily every person would become an author, but it's generally considered to be a beautiful sign to have if you have got these upward lines. Now, upward lines basically mean that there's some jubilation, there's success, and you are getting what you really want in your life. So upward lines that's the reason why it is considered to be good. Now, this particular person wants to leave the material life and moves towards sannyas. So in his case, it could mean that he would be able to fulfill this particular aspect. But if you take a look from the different perspective, if person wants money, so these upward lines on the headline would mean that success in terms of money. If a person wants to be do higher education, it could mean the person would be able to do higher education in his life. So these are very, very important lines. Now, lastly, one more thing I would add before I would end this particular video. See, even after sannyas, you need money. Without money, there's nothing. Now, it does appear if you just zoom in. So I would first show the portion where he is. So this is the portion. His age is approximately 25, somewhere out here. This is around the age of 27 to age 35. And this is 35 to 53. So we would be just concentrating somewhere in this particular portion. So in the earlier portion, somewhere out here, the line is there, but it appears to be an unclear kind of a line. Unclear kind of a line basically signifies regarding finances, there could be some issues that might crop up. There might not be stability as far as profession goes. So this is one way of looking at it. The second is it becomes much more firm, deep and clear somewhere close to the age, this particular age. So this age could be around the age of 30, 31. And it continues till the age of 35. So on the headline, when it touches the headline, the age becomes 35, somewhere out here. And then new line start of money somewhere close to the age of 36, 37. And that continues till the age of 53. But this person doesn't want any money. So if we look from his point of view, somewhere close to the age of 35, major changes might take place in his life. Now, we can't say exactly what changes are likely to take place in his particular life. It could be like moving back to the real life, leaving sannyas and moving back to the real life, or it could mean the opposite. If you are basically having a normal kind of a profession, army, business, or any kind of profession, you would want to move to sannyas. Finally, you make a decision somewhere close to the age of 35 that you would move towards sannyas. So you would notice that the way I have answered, I've tried to give reasons. My reasons may not be totally 100% convincing, but still there are some reasons. The area that I had referred to for sannyas is only the Jupiter area of higher knowledge and spirituality. I did also ask him regarding the sexuality part, because people who generally are more spiritual, or they want to move towards sannyas, they would want to leave everything, and even the sexual part basically they try to suppress. It's not that it is absent, but they try to suppress. So this is the area of Venus. Venus is the area of desires and stamina and vitality. I've seen many spiritual people also from any religion. It need not be only one, but all religions. That some of them have got really prominent, really well padded area of Venus. It is not that every spiritual person needs to have a depressed, flat kind of amount of Venus. Even spiritual people may have a prominent amount of Venus. It is how we use our energies. Some people who have a very prominent kind of Venus would desire good food, good clothes, and they would desire sex, and sexuality is a prominent aspect in their life. But some of these people who have a prominent amount of Venus, they might cut off that particular aspect of their life and they might move towards purely the spiritual part. So it is where you spend your energies, that's what you basically get. So I would end this particular video out here. Now, one line I couldn't understand very clearly. I did mention that this is the line of money. This is the lifeline. This is the headline. But there also appears to be this another line. Now, this line could be referred to as another money line, or it could be referred as a parallel line of lifeline that is running somewhere out here. So I can't say it with certainty. I could say that it could be the money line, the fate line, the money line. So it's a way, this aspect is a little bit different, but it is there. And thanks for watching this video. And bye and take care. One more important slideshow I will show. This is a very important thing people generally miss. People think that money line is the only important line to refer to. They ignore each and every line. Every line can tell everything regarding your life. Even your heartline can tell about the money. Even your headline can tell about the money. And this is also one most important. A saint once said, you don't need to go to an astrologer or a palmist to know about your future, because you already know your future. Present is a result of past. How will be my future? Future depends upon what you're doing in the present. What are we? We are product of our thoughts. So the thoughts that come to our mind are really important. Keep positive thoughts and keep good company. That's what matters the most. And thing is that this question shouldn't be asked from a palmist. You should go to a proper guru and a real guru who has got good Vedic knowledge. Bye and take care.